guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have Wrath and Mercy by Jessica Rubinkowski, and this is the second book to Bright and the Pale. This is a fairy edition. This is about a Russian folklore, and I love folklore from different countries. It's so nice to know about their folklore, their mythology, a whole lot. So this is what the cover is, and I love the cover. We've got this little picture of a horse and where the horse is, and it's like shiny. It is signed by the author as well, which I do love. Then we have this teal kind of hardback with a stenciled art on there as well of a snowflake, and then our spine is lovely and silver. Then also look at these end pages though. They look like snowfalls. Look at the other side. Those like snowfalls. They're so pretty. And of course they are sprayed as well, the edges, which I do love. Let's read about the synopsis. So, the cost of vengeance is love. Surviving the ill-fated expedition to Knut, Valerie Aulich and the others have found refuge in Valerie's village, where her family are lost at long last, released from the curse that trapped them in ice for a decade. Valerie should find comfort in their reunion, but everything has changed, including herself, and now Valerie is the Pale God's chosen champion, and she is ready for revenge on the Seeker. With the power gifted to her by the Pale God, she will do whatever it takes to liberate her people, even that means stealing the Seer's son away from the safety of the Winter Palace. As Alec watches Valerie struggle to maintain control over the gods she holds captives, he begs her to sever the connection, for it to clear the Pale God's planned revenge of his own. The Invertibles come in one final battle, and Valerie must be ready to sacrifice everything and even her love for Alec to win. This is an epic sequel to Jessica's Russian folklore-inspired debut to this. Vengeance, Mercy, and Bright. So turn to page, literally the first page was this. Once there was a girl who was given the powers of gods. Filled with a righteous fury, she tore down Caesar's army and ripped apart the curse that had held her village in an icy gas for a decade. She did it for love, she did it for power, but mostly she did it for revenge. Just hearing that gave me the most. It gave me chills down my spine. I full on love this book. Yes, it is only a duology, but I am looking forward to see what Jessica does actually bring out. If she brings out any other books. I cannot wait. Like, I've had books from people from before, and like 2 years later, there's still no books from that author. And even though when I really like that standalone, but. So, I absolutely love the first book, The Bright and the Pale. I was very much looking forward to finding out about the second book. And obviously when Farrell was like introduced saying, oh, here, we're going to be bringing out the second book, sequel matching the same, I was like, I am not going to be turning that down. That is a hell yes for me. The book was such an amazing experience. I just love reading every little word about it, every little thing. It was just amazing. The characters have grown, become more powerful, come to the concept of realising what they can do, what they understand, the whole concept of it. I just loved it. The book where literally left book. Oh my god! So this book picks up from the last book where Valerie has accepted the God's power and is on a mission to overthrow the current Caesar. Do apologize if I say any of these words' names wrong, because I doubt I can say any of them anyway. And save her people. However, as things process, Alec is watching Valerie for becoming less herself and more like the Pale God. So she's losing control of his power, and she's becoming someone she's not. Will Valerie be able to save her people from the Pale God's power and save herself too? Or will the power of the Pale God overwhelm her, and a centuries-long battle between the Pale God and the Bright God and the Pale God continue? So much happened in this book. There was a point where I literally had to put down the book down for a moment, and I was like, okay, I need to breathe in, breathe out, I need to get back into this book, because I need to know what the hell just happened and what just went. So I literally reread the bit part what I said. I was like, nah. So Valerie's learning how to use her new power, right? So she's eventually in hopes of gaining allies and freeing her people to form an army. But I love her like steadfast companions and how her family is involved in the story as well. I actually love that about the concept of it. Alec was amazing. I loved how he took less typical male role, but he was still incredibly important to the story. He ends up becoming Valerie's more compass and put enormous effort into helping her stay herself. As I was getting towards the end of the book, I was getting a little bit nervous because this was going to be a trilogy, because there's so much going on. I had no idea what the author was going to bring and how she was going to wrap this story up. As I said, it's only a duo. However, I shouldn't have worried. The story was magnificent. It ended magnificently. It didn't rush. It didn't feel rushed. I say it didn't feel contrived. It was not incomplete. It literally hit that spot of, oh my god, like, you know, when you get to the end of the book and you hate that big massive cliffhanger. You like, I need to read that next book. This one felt like it was going to be like a massive cliffhanger, but at the moment it was like, get to the end of the book and you're like, oh my god, that's like a big massive thing off your shoulder, because it ended such in a beautiful way, and I really did like it. I love the writing style. It's so easy to read. The world building is very well done and complete. I love the characters and the actions. I just solidly loved reading this fantasy story of duology. And I haven't actually read any, like, I don't normally would read a lot of things, but I have slowly gone down to reading one book a month slowly. But you guys can see my books have gone every time I have a day off, that's when I upload a book review. So I have been reading slowly but quickly. I do have a lot of books to go through, but we're getting there. So my summary of this was literally like a 5 out of 5. I ended this book amazing. Overall, I loved it. It was a perfect job wrapping up this duology. While the book is more particularly focused than the last one, this is more plenty of magic, adventure, action. The plot, the world building, and magic characters, just incredibly well done. This was an easy and entertaining read, and I definitely plan on checking out what more books she brings out. This author Jessica will bring out. I literally will be on my list to read more, and I cannot wait to see what else will come. I really did enjoy this book, and like, anyone who has got any ideas for folklore, mythology, kind of retelling books, please leave a comment down below, because I'm always interested to find some new authors as well. My nose is going down. But that is everything. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time for the next book, which is going to be Together We Burn by Isabel Isban. Peace. Bye.